Å, fy fader! Jeg filmer det! Jeg har det på tape! Jeg har det her! Å, dæven!
Hva sier du? Hallo, jeg tok bilder!
Fy faen, det bare brent opp! Jeg zoomet, det bare splittet opp i flere...
Filmer du det?
Echo 6-1 Tango, Roger, over. Oh, got it! Woohoo! Roger, there's troubleshooting as soon as I get...
Oh my god! Mama, look at that! Look at it! Look at it! Look at the sky! Jesus Christ! What is this?
And now feels like the right moment to talk about orbs, these mysterious light bulbs appearing in the sky all around the world. Over the past month, we've experienced a surge of drone sightings across the East Coast and now California as well. However, people are not just spotting drones, but also these strange balls of light, sometimes referred to as orbs or plasmoids. It's crucial to make this distinction as orbs have been increasingly well documented over the past several years. Government entities, fighter pilots, commercial pilots, countless individuals with phone cameras have all witnessed and captured a wide variety of orbs in our skies. What if I told you that some researchers believe these luminous entities could hold the key to understanding the very fabric of consciousness? Today we dive into the fascinating connection between plasma physics and the mysteries of the mind, exploring the plasma brain hypothesis and the evolution into the intelligent plasma hypothesis. These plasmoids exhibit a range of fascinating behaviors and morphologies. They remain still in the sky, or they can dart around rapidly, sometimes colliding with other plasmoids or even dividing and spawning into new ones. Morphologically, they range from spheres to flame-like shapes. Others are forming captivating geometries and patterns. I believe that 2025 and beyond will be the time when more people around the world begin to acknowledge this phenomenon as legitimate. It's no coincidence that now is the time for this recognition, as these plasmoids are deeply connected to Earth's energies, which ultimately are derived from the sun's energy. As we enter a particularly intense solar cycle, solar winds impacting Earth's geomagnetic field impart electrical energy, which may explain why we are seeing more plasmoids in the sky right now. The actual mechanisms behind plasmoid creations are likely not be so simple, and we're going to dive into greater detail later in this video, but for now, plasmoids are orbs, glowing balls of lights that can shapeshift and move dynamically in the sky. Interestingly, these lights may correspond to what people often refer to as UFOs or even aliens. Since the 1980s, some have speculated that many UFO sightings are actually these orbs, formed by energies within the Earth. Furthermore, if you were to get close to these orbs, because they are electromagnetic in nature, they may just mess with your brain function and potentially leave you with a strange story about an abduction and probing. Well, I personally subscribe to the perspective that UFO sightings are really just these orbs created from Earth's natural energies. This does not diminish the mystery in any way. At the beginning of this video, I alluded to that orbs are more than just physical phenomenon. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. They may border on being intelligent life forms in and of themselves, as strange as this might sound. It's possible that these drones we are seeing in the sky are flying laboratories extremely interested in both studying and even interacting with these mysterious manifestations of Earth's natural energies. Part is, guys, that orbs, they're nothing new. For centuries, people have been reporting strange lights in the sky, often occurring during or after earthquakes. Orbs might just be related to what we refer to as earthquake lights, a topic I've been fascinated with for a while now. The first recorded account is from Japan in 1566, but systematic scientific inquiry began in the mid-20th century. The phenomenon gained attention in the 1960s when patterns and potential mechanisms were linked to tectonic activity. Essentially, we have a reasonably good understanding of how these orbs are created and why they are generally associated with earthquakes. When metamorphic rock is compressed, as is common with tectonic plates during an earthquake, it releases positive charge carriers. These positive charges rush to the Earth's surface, amplifying electric fields and likely generating the orbs. The strong electric fields that are created are able to liberate electrons from the atoms and molecules, creating plasma. The ionized state of matter, composed of free electrons and positive ions, forms when the energy imparted by the electric field exceeds the binding energy holding the electrons to their atoms. The result is a highly conductive and dynamic medium capable of exhibiting behaviors distinct from other states of matter. That's right, plasma, in fact, is its own state of matter. Despite this theoretical understanding of plasma creation, we lack an explanation for how these orbs maintain their various shapes, a crucial element to the mystery. While we can understand how the Earth may generate plasma, we have no solid theories as to why it takes on unique, cohesive structures it does. This is when things get really strange. Researchers have drawn striking parallels between the behavior of plasma and the phenomenon occurring within our brains. This idea, central to the plasma-brain hypothesis, suggests that just like our brain neurons communicating through a complex network of electrical and chemical signals, plasma exhibits cooperative behavior where its particles, the electrons and the positive ions, move and interact as if they were part of a unified whole. The parallels between brain function and plasma behavior lie in their systems of communication and interconnectedness. I'm going to give you an analogy right now so we can understand why researchers are comparing plasma to what's going on inside our brains. So imagine your brain as a bustling city where neurons are the citizens constantly sending messages to each other through intricate roadways. Each neuron reacts to its neighbors, ensuring the city's activities are coordinated even though individuals might not be directly in contact with each other. Now think of the plasma as another city, but instead of the roads, it has invisible magnetic and electrical fields connecting every citizen or particle together. These particles don't need direct contact to sense and respond to the actions of others. When one particle changes, the others feel it almost instantaneously, similar to how quantum entanglement works. The intelligent plasma hypothesis essentially states that plasma may not simply mirror neural activity, but it may possess the potential to exhibit its own unique intelligence and lifelike qualities. Researchers have been studying the way plasma reacts to external stimuli like lasers and flashlights to uncover its potential for lifelike behavior. When plasma is targeted with a laser beam, it often pulsates or changes its light intensity and patterns. Similarly, shining a flashlight can induce shifts in its morphology or movement. These changes are not random, they exhibit patterns and responses that suggest plasma may have a degree of intentionality. The pulsation rate of plasma can vary depending on the type and intensity of the external stimulus. Researchers have noted that these variations are consistent and reproducible, hinting at an underlying mechanism that allows the plasma to process external energy inputs in a non-passive manner. This goes beyond simple physical reactions, leading some to speculate that plasma's responses are indicative of a rudimentary form of intelligence, or at least some kind of self-organization. Advanced tools like high-speed photometry and time series analysis have been employed to capture and study these behaviors. The findings reveal the intricate light patterns that seem to encode information, supporting the hypothesis that plasma can act as a medium for communication. Such responsiveness to external stimuli, combined with its ability to self-organize and adapt, aligns plasma with the behavior of a living system, further fueling the intrigue surrounding its lifelike qualities. What sets plasma apart further is its ability to move with apparent sense of purpose. Plasmoids have been observed to split, merge, and follow complex trajectories, much like living organisms interacting in their environment. These movements are not random, but seem to involve an underlying mechanism of organization. These behaviors are reminiscent of cellular activity, where individual cells move, divide, and aggregate based on environmental cues. There is yet another striking aspect of plasma, and that has to do with its ability to form structures known as plasma crystals. Under certain conditions, plasma particles interact with dust or other charged particles to organize into intricate, stable configurations. That is to say that the plasma itself is organizing freely floating dust particles into structures. And the kind of structures that it creates are these crystals. Often these crystals tend to take on a helical or double helical form reminiscent of DNA. This resemblance is not merely superficial. Plasma crystals exhibit self-organization, adaptability, and even replication in their structure and patterns. Researchers have drawn comparison between the plasma crystals and living systems because of their dynamic stability. Like cells within a living organism, plasma crystals can respond to external changes, reorganize themselves, and maintain their integrity over time. The capacity for structured behavior and adaptability adds another layer to the hypothesis that plasma might mirror the qualities of life itself. Some researchers hypothesize that the wave function collapse within a plasma, akin to quantum events in the brain, could result in moments of awareness or even consciousness. The intelligent plasma hypothesis poses that these behaviors are more than just random phenomenon. Plasma may represent an entirely new life form, one that thrives in environments vastly different from our own biological systems. Could plasma be the bridge between matter and consciousness, a new frontier for understanding life and intelligence? Could these drones be flying laboratories, shooting the orbs with lasers in an attempt to study them further? Why would this research be so secretive, if not for the implications that these plasmoids may be a form of life or intelligence that has yet to be understood? Perhaps the answer to extraterrestrial life does not come in forms we can easily comprehend, like spacecraft made of metal, but rather in forms of dynamically charged soups of particles quantumly entangled with one another, created from the compression of crystals deep within the Earth. I mean, why not?